Today we are going to start new topic, sets and relations. This concept of sets you have learned in your earlier standards also. The basic concept of set was developed by mathematician George Cantor. He developed the concept of sets. His period is 1845 to 1918. During his period, he developed the basic concept of sets, which will be useful in so many branches of science. This set is nothing but the collection. Before that, we will see differentiate these two words. One is group and other is set. Both group and sets both are collections. This group is also a collection of objects or things. This sets, it is also a collection of objects. But the difference between group and set, here the objects or things, in this case sets is a collection of objects and these objects are well defined. And these objects are not well defined. That is the main difference between group and set. Both are collections. Both are collections. But the main difference is that this collection is of well-defined objects and these are not well-defined. Randomly, if you take number of things, then it forms a group. But considering certain condition, applying certain condition or characteristic, if you collect the objects, then it is called as the set. So these are the sets. For example, here first one, collection. A collection of clever boys in a class. Let us see another example of group, that is a collection of beautiful pictures or a collection of tall boys in a village. Or we can consider group as obedient students in a class. These objects are not well defined because we can't define the term clever. It has no particular definition of clever boy. It varies person to person. Also beautiful pictures. That. Then tall boys in a village, obedient students in a class. It is also variable term. Let us see some examples of this set. First, a set of natural numbers. Again, a collection, set or collection of colors in rainbow. We know there are 7 colors, they are already defined, so it's a collection and it is called as set. Third, days in a week. Fourth, again months in a year. Again we can say natural numbers which are complete squares. Already natural number is a set. Again, out of those numbers, if we define complete squares, then those numbers which are complete squares, they form another set. Let us see one more. That is the subjects for 11th science or commerce. Obviously, again we have to do condition for Maharashtra State Board. Then we get the set of subjects here also. Okay. So these are some examples of sets. So this is the main difference between group and set. That group is a collection of objects without any condition, but set is a collection of objects with condition. Particularly, we can find the elements of that set or objects in that set. Let us see the presentation of sets. Representation of a set. Before writing this representation of set, let us first consider or define that set is always denoted by capital letters like A, B, C, D, etc. We can take N for natural numbers, W for whole numbers, R for real numbers, etc. So these are the symbols to denote set. We use always capital letters to denote set. Again, suppose that set contains natural numbers, then we can take letter small x for x is a natural number. This is the element. Each object is called as the element of that set, and element x will be natural number. So if x is natural number, then we can write that x belongs to natural numbers. If suppose small a is element of set A, then we can write A belongs to set A. Suppose y is element of set A, then we write y belongs to set A. Similarly, if suppose A, B, C, D are elements of set A, we can write all these are elements of set A. If suppose this x is not belongs to natural number, then we write x is not element of natural number. So this line slash, it indicates that it is not the element of set A. This is the symbols or notations for element and set. Let us use these symbols to represent a set. Suppose we have taken already these examples. Let us write these examples. One second. There are 3 types of representations of sets. First one is roster method. Or listing method, or it is also known as tabular form. Means in the form of table, if objects are given, then it is called as the tabular form or listing method or roster method. Second method is formula method or set builder form. Or formula method. And third one is Venn diagram. So these are the 3 methods which we can use to represent set. Let us see first method, and the examples are here. Using first method, in roster method, in this method the elements are listed and they are written in two braces, curly brackets. In between these two curly brackets, the elements are written, and between any two elements, comma is written there. So they are separated by comma. For example, a set of natural numbers, it is denoted by letter suppose n. Then n is equal to this bracket. Natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Obviously, this is an infinite set. We will see the particular definition of infinite set once again. Before that, this set of natural numbers is infinite set. Second, collection of colors in rainbow. So I will give here name C for this, or C or R for rainbow also you can use. Okay, so those colors are here already. R is here, so we will take here C symbol. So this V for Vigor, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. These are the colors of rainbow. Third, days in a week. So week, W for week, you can take A, B, C, D, any letter or W. Those days are nothing but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. You can write all 7 days. Then months in a year. So if suppose take Y for year, this is a set of months in a year. Those are nothing but January, February, etc. up to December. And last one is subjects for 11 science. So you can write any S is for subjects for 11 science. Then English, suppose IT, maths, physics, chemistry and biology. For commerce also you can write English, IT, economics, accounts, OCM, maths and or SPH. So that will be the collection of subjects. So this is the one way of representation of these sets. Let us write the same sets in another method. That method is nothing but set builder. Second method, that is set builder method. We will write general element, only one element which will build the whole set. So this set is the same, that is name is set n. It is a set of all x such that n is a set of general element x, so that x is a natural number. X is a natural number. No need to write each and every element. This x denotes the set of all elements. Second one, this set C, colors in rainbow. So C is equal to, it's a set of y elements y, where y is a color in rainbow. Okay. Third one, this W is a set in set builder form. W is a set of days. We can write D for that day. D is an element of set W. D, where D is a day in a week. Next one, that is the Y is a set of months in a year. So we can take symbol M for months also. You can take X, Y, Z or any letter, small letter M. M is a month in a year. Last one, subjects, it's a set of, here we have taken capital S, you can take small s also, small letter there also. If you take n here, you can take small n also here. No need to take always x. You can take n for natural numbers. So this S is a subject for 11th science or commerce. You can take any one. These are for science, so let us take only for science. Okay, so this is the second method using which we can represent the set. It is called as set builder form or formula method, or it's a formula method. Okay. For example, I will write here one more example, that is set of odd numbers or natural numbers. Or natural numbers. This set of odd natural numbers, I will denote it by O. It will be a set of all x such that x is equal to twice n minus 1 for natural numbers. So O is a set of all x such that x is equal to twice n minus 1, where n belongs to natural numbers. How we get that set here? If you put n equal to 1, then it will become 2 into 1, that is 2, 2 minus 1, that is 1. So this will give us, by listing method we get here 1. If you take 2 here, n equal to 2, then 2 into 2, 4, 4 minus 1, that is 3. If you take 3 here, 3 into 2, 6, 6 minus 1, that is 1. In this we will get 7, 9, 11, etc. So this is the formula to obtain odd numbers. So this method is also known as formula method. Okay. Set builder form is nothing but the formula method. This formula builds the set. That's why it is called as formula method or set builder form. Okay. Let us move towards the third method. English mathematician, logician John Venn developed this type of representation for this set. So, on the honor of his name, we use or we call this representation as Venn diagram. He used either triangle, circle, or any closed figure, or we can call it as convex figure. Any convex figure, or we can use parallelogram, or we can use square or rectangle. We can use any one of these figures, and we can write or we denote the points in this closed figure, and each point represents one element of that set. Okay, let us see again the same examples here. Here, let us take the finite here. This C is the set of colors in a rainbow. This set C. So it contains 7 elements. So first one is, suppose, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So this is the way of representation of this set using Venn diagram. Let us see another. W is the set of day in a week. We can use parallelogram for that. First, days in a week. First is, suppose, Monday. Second, Tuesday. Here, Thursday. Suppose Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and here Sunday. So this is the way to represent that set. Again, in similar way, using triangle also, we can write the months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, November, October, and last one is December. In this way, you can write the 12 months in that triangle. This set of subjects, you can take another symbol for that. You can take square also. Write the names there. That is English, IT, Physics, Chemistry, Maths, Biology. So this is the way to represent the sets using the Venn diagrams. Okay. Actually, you have learned in your earlier standards all these concepts. Let us move towards the next one. The number of elements. Number of elements in a set. It has a particular word. It is also known as cardinality of a set. Remember this word, cardinality. It will be used in some objective questions. So, cardinality of set or number of elements in set. Suppose A is a set, and if this A contains, suppose, example, colors in a rainbow. Obviously, there are 7 colors. So, if A is a set of, if A is a set of colors in rainbow, then number of elements in A is equal to obviously 7. Therefore, that number of elements in set A, it is denoted by n of A. It will be 7. And this n of A, it is also denoted by using symbol this. 2 small vertical lines between that set is written here. So this is the cardinality of set A, that is 7, or n of A equal to 7. Okay. So in this way, if number of days in a week, it will be again 7. If B is a set of that, then n of B will be 7. If set of months in a year, then it will contain n of Y, it will be 12 months in. Okay. So in this way, we can represent the number of elements in a set A. Sometimes what happens, if set of natural numbers is given, then in that set there are infinite elements, so we can't write the number of elements of that set. Means this number of elements in a set, it is for only finite set. So let us see some types of set first. Let us see some types of sets. Typical sets are there. Let us define those sets. First one is types of sets. One, that is empty set. Empty set. Empty set means that word itself is that there is no any element in that set. That is, set A is empty, means there is no element. So using first method, we get this one. Using second method, no need to write again. In third way, if you write this set A as circle, there is no element, empty set. Okay. So this empty set is denoted by letter this phi. This is read as phi. You can read this as phi. Okay. Second one, that is singleton set. Set of natural set of real numbers which are neither positive nor negative. So that set contains only element 0, which is neither positive nor negative. So this set of real numbers it will include only one element, that is 0. Or we can write set A which contains element only 100, or another set B suppose which contains element only suppose 25. These are singleton set containing only one element. Let us see the third definition, that is finite and infinite set. Third one type is finite set. Obviously, a set which contains the finite number of elements is called as finite set. For example, set of years, it contains elements 12. So set of natural numbers is not a finite set. Set of natural numbers, this is not finite set. Obviously, that set will be called as infinite set. So let us see the next definition, that is infinite set. Means a set which is not finite is called as infinite set, means it contains infinite elements. Then after that, finite and infinite set, we will write the subset. Is said to be subset of B if all elements of A are also the elements of B. For example, A is a set of colors in a rainbow, and B is a set all colors. Then obviously every element of A will be in B. Or another example we can take, suppose S is x square, where x belongs to n, and second set n is set of natural numbers, that is n, such that n belongs to natural number. Then here this set n contains each element, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. It's infinite set. Here n, this x s, where we will give here one more condition, that x is less than suppose 10. Then value of x is less than 10. Then this s contains elements which are squares of this x. So numbers less than, natural numbers less than 10, and their squares will be 1, 4, 9, 16, etc. up to 81 only, because x is less than 10, x takes values up to 9. So 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, etc. 64 and 81. So these are the natural numbers which are included in this set S, and n is set of all natural numbers. So here this S is a subset of n, and it is denoted by symbol S subset of n. This is the symbol of, it includes this one proper subset and this as improper subset, both denoted there. Let us see the difference. So let us see the next type, that is seventh type, that is proper subset. Actually in this example, this S is proper subset of n. Why? Proper means every element of S is included in this set of natural numbers, and it contains more elements than the elements in S. So if the cardinality of this is less than, cardinality of first set is less than the cardinality of second set, and every element of this set is included in this second set, then first set is said to be proper subset of second set. But every set, suppose if we write A, then A is also the subset of that A itself, because every element of A is included in A, so A is subset of A. But here no need to write in this way, we can write this as A equal to A. So these two symbols are taken together here for subset, and this is other type, that is improper subset. Improper subset. Improper subset means already equal sets or same set. So proper subset and improper subset. So in this proper subset, we can take example as phi is always subset of any set. So phi is always improper subset of any set, and every set is always improper subset of itself. So remember these two results: phi is subset of A and A is subset of A itself. So these are two proper subsets and improper subsets. Let us see the next definition, which is totally opposite to this, that is superset. That one will be ninth definition. Suppose superset. If A is subset of B, then obviously B is superset of A. Here A is subset and this B is superset. These are two terms or names given to those two sets, which are sets and subsets and supersets. Okay, so this B is said to be superset if it contains all the elements of A and sometimes it contains more elements than that. Then it is called as the superset. Okay, so that will be superset. Then power set of set. Let us see the next important concept, that is power set. So obviously the cardinality or number of elements in subset is may be less than or equal to superset. Power set. Suppose A is given. A contains elements x, y, j. Then power set of A is denoted by P of A. P of A is the power set of A, and N of A is the number of, here N is small, here P is capital. Okay, so power set of A, it contains the set of all subsets of the set A. Which are the subsets of A? First one is phi. Empty set is set of every set. Then this set containing only elements X, set containing only elements Y, means singleton sets. These three are singleton sets which are subsets of A. Then the set containing two elements, that is XY, YZ and XZ. These are the sets which contains any two elements of these three elements, and the last set is that containing three elements, that is set A itself. So power set of A is a collection or set of all subsets of A, where first subset is empty set phi and that improper subset is A and the remaining sets. So here if we find here the number of elements in A, suppose A contains only two elements, those are X and Y, then what will be its power set? Let us see here, this name, that is B. Then power set of B, it will be, it contains phi, then singleton sets X, singleton set Y, and that set of XY, that is B. So here the number of elements in B, it will be 2, and the number of elements in power set of B, it will be 4. Here number of elements in A number of elements in A will be 3, and the number of elements in power set of A, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In this way, if there will be 4 elements, what will happen? Can you guess? If the number of elements in set will be A, then how many number of elements in its power set? It has a relation or formula. Here, if one element is there only, suppose C set contains only one element, that is X, then the number of elements in power set of C, it will be 5, and that set C itself means 2 elements were there in power set. So if number of elements in C will be 1, then number of elements in this will be 2. So for 1 we get 2 elements, for 2 we get 4 elements, for 3 we get 8 elements. If there will be 4 elements, the number of elements in power set will be 16. If there will be 5 elements, the number of elements in power set will be 32. So if you observe these numbers, then if n is the number of elements in a set, then 2 raised to n is the number of elements in its power set. Remember this. If n is the number of elements in a set, then 2 raised to n is the number of elements in its power set. If there will be 7 elements in set, the number of elements in its power set, it will be 2 raised to 7. If 10 elements are there in a set, there will be 2 raised to 10, that will be 1024 elements in that power set. Okay, so remember this formula of 2 raised to n. It will give you the number of elements in power set of a set. Okay, this is about power set. 11th term. Obviously every set is equal to itself. So if you write set A, which contains elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if set B contains elements 3, 2, 4, 1, 5, then these two sets are said to be equal sets because they exactly contain the same element. So here sequence is changed, but the elements are same. So these two sets are said to be equal set. And the second last concept is equivalent sets. That is equivalent sets. If suppose set A is given here, or we can take different example. We have taken 2 examples. That is set of colors in a rainbow and the number of days in a week. Color in rainbow, set of colors in rainbow, and another set of days in a week. Then both these sets, number of elements or number of colors in a rainbow, it will be 7, and number of days in a week, it is also 7. So here the number of elements in both these two sets are equal. So these two sets are said to be equivalent sets. Okay. And the last concept, that is the universal set. Universal set. Let us see one diagram for this. It's very simple. Universal set means it's a set. If we are going to discuss about some sets, then a set which contains all those sets in our discussion are said to be universal set. For example, if we discuss about the set of natural numbers, set of whole numbers, set of integers, set of suppose fractions or rational numbers, set of irrational numbers, and set of real numbers. These are some sets. Set of natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational, irrational, and real numbers we have learned. After that, I think you have learned complex numbers. See, there is another set. So these are number of sets of numbers that we have learned in our previous standards. If you try to represent these sets using Venn diagram, then we can consider this universal set also. In this case, these natural numbers 1, 2, 3, these are natural numbers. After that, if 0 is added, then we get whole numbers. So this is set of whole numbers. It includes 0. Then it is subset of integers, because whole numbers contains 0 and positive numbers, but integers contains positive and negative numbers also. So it is superset of these, all these three sets. That is set of integers. Okay. After that, rational numbers. So this will be set of rational numbers. It may contains fractions. These are integers. Rational number contains numbers like 5 by 3, minus 11 by 4, etc. Then there are some numbers which are irrational numbers, which are not rational, means they are out of that. So let us define or denote those numbers by this q dash. Those are nothing but root 3, root 7, or pi, or 22 by 7, etc. Those are irrational numbers. So real number, it is the union of all these elements or numbers. So those are denoted by, those can be written by using this bracket or rectangle. That is set of real numbers. It contains all elements, rational and irrational numbers. Now these are real numbers, but there are again different type of numbers which are not real. They are said to be imaginary number. So I is a set of, suppose, imaginary numbers. Okay, these integers are actually denoted by this symbol I for integer, but it looks like 0. So those are imaginary numbers, these are real numbers. And the set of complex numbers, it includes real and imaginary. All these numbers are included in complex numbers. Or complex number is the combination of real and imaginary also. This is the set of complex numbers. We can write that set. Actually, every real number is a complex number because it contains only real part, not imaginary part. So we can denote complex numbers using this large circle also. Okay. So this is the set of complex numbers. So here, what I want to say here that in our some discussions, R is our universal set. In this discussion, R is universal. If you add complex number, then complex numbers, set of complex numbers will be our universal set. So a superset which contains some sets, particular sets on which we are discussing, that superset is called as the universal set. Here superset is the set C. So C is superset. In these discussions, R is superset. In these sets, this cube rational number is a superset. In these three sets, among these three, N, W, and Z, Z is our superset, or we can call it as universal set. So universal set is related, or it depends on the given sets, or a set which contains all the elements given in number of sets, that is called as the universal set. Okay, so this much is about the set and the types of sets. In next lecture we will see the operations on sets. Okay, thank you.